It's time for another special edition of the Fall Classic Sports Talk Live as the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers meet in the World Series. Tonight's broadcast is a Northern Lights Entertainment production. Here are your hosts, Glenn and Eric. Sports Talk Live, which starting on Monday, we will go back to the Giants Sports Talk Live, which is who we are. Glad to see you guys again. I just got off of being on with Glenn Kuiper and Marty Lurie. Fantastic show. If you guys haven't got a chance to see it, go check it out. You know what? I was like, you know what? I had so much damn fun. I want to do it again. We didn't get a chance to talk to the chat too much. So I wanted to come on here. I'll throw out the link. I want to hear what you guys have to say about Game 7 of the World Series between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. Of course, as we already know, Dodgers win in extras 11. Oh, my gosh. Brutal. 5-4. What a game, though. What a game and what a World Series, huh? Come on. It sucked that the Los Angeles Dodgers are the 2025 World Series champions. Yeah. Oh, man, that's tough. Hey, I wish Glenn could have joined. Unfortunately, he is in Mexico. He's enjoying. Hey, look, he is drowning his sorrows in Mexico. He's having a good old time in Cancun. So, hey, wish you were here. But I know you don't. All right. But anyways, guys, man, oh, man, dude. So many opportunities. So many damn opportunities. Yet, Blue Jays just couldn't get it done, man. They just couldn't get it done. Lost opportunities. Missed opportunities. Call it what you may. That's exactly just what it was. And, God, it was just, I tell you, though, as a baseball fan, was that not exciting? Come on. Even the Giants fans, come on. Even though the Dodgers won, it was a fantastic game. I was on the edge of my seat. My phone kept blowing up. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I responded to a few, but I was like, I can't do this, man. I don't want to jinx it. There was times when I was standing up. There was times when I was sitting down. There was times I was dropping a bunch of F-bombs. There was times I was dropping F-bombs in celebration. And there was times I was dropping F-bombs in absolute disgust. It's just what it was, man. Gosh dang, man. I tell you, though, it was something. It was something. I mean, come on. Honestly, in the years that I've been on this earth, 52 years, granted, when I was much younger, I don't remember World Series, but from the time that I've been watching World Series, this is the greatest World Series that I have ever watched, ever. And Marty Lurie even talked about it. It's up there. It's up there in one of the best World Series ever to be played in this great game of baseball. I tell you, right? This is why baseball is the best damn sport. I don't give a crap what anyone says. I know there's a lot of people that love football and basketball, and that's fine, right? But my gosh, was this not exciting? because it was. It had everything. It had everything. Everything from blowouts to freaking complete games to 18-inning games to a game 7 that went extra. I see Greg, Vladdy was epic. Dude, that guy was playing his ass off. He was playing his ass off. He made 3 fantastic. He dove for balls. He dove for a catch. He dove to make the play at first base. He made a beautiful turn of a double play, right? What was that in the 7th inning? Oh my, he almost hit one out. He hit a double down the line in extras. In the 11th inning, he hit a double down the line. Oh my gosh. I mean, come on. Come on. Vlad Guerrero Jr., man. My God. Unbelievable. And how about Ernie Clement? Ernie Clement. Who heard about this guy prior to this World Series? We saw him a little bit last year. Remember when the Blue Jays came to Oracle Park? He had 2 home runs. Remember that last year, guys? Giants fans. But man, I tell you, I mentioned it on Glenn and Marty's show that he had that Scutero-ish type of balance at the plate. It was a thing of beauty watching him. Barger had a fantastic series. Gosh, dang, Scherzer. Hey, we didn't really talk a little bit about him, but Scherzer he was fantastic, right? For 4 2/3, or was it 4 1/3? 4 1/3. He was great. He did pretty damn good, man. Good on him, man. Gosh, he rose to the occasion. Unfortunately, Blue Jays just couldn't get that big hit. Whether it was the bases loaded, whether it was getting a leadoff double, they just couldn't get that big hit. And how about the defense? Did you guys think the game was over? When Ernie Clement hit that ball to the wall, did you not think that it's over? I was standing up, my hands are in the air, and I'm like, oh, what was that? Pages come flying out of center field from nowhere, obliterates Kike Hernandez, and makes the damn catch. Holy crap, man. Holy crap. Damn. Kyle McKiernan of the McKiernan clan. Even when my team isn't in it, postseason baseball is premier. Absolutely. I said that from the very beginning, Kyle. When we started doing our postseason stuff here, that's what I said. I said, look, even though the Giants aren't in it, this is going to be fun to watch. And look, this postseason was one for the ages. It was just incredible. Santiago, yeah. Look, I gotta give him credit. Yamamoto was freaking absolutely. He was well deserving of the 2025 World Series MVP. Unbelievable. Come on, right? Holy crap. The guy pitched 96 pitches yesterday. He comes out the bullpen, pitched 3 innings, I think 30-something, right? 35 pitches, somewhere around there, and he gets the win. That was absolutely incredible. NorCal, Yamamoto's a stud. Put him right up there with Bumgarner. Yeah, I hate to say it. He's up there. Not quite there. Bumgarner went 5. He had a 5-inning save. Not quite there. But no, Yamamoto was damn good. Damn good. Big question, does Bichette stay Blue Jay? He probably will. Who knows? We'll see. He's going to get paid. Whoever pays him the most money, Greg, whoever pays him the most money is going to get the services of Bichette. Who is that going to be? Well, guess what? In about 5 days, all the conversations will start and will begin, and we'll see what happens. David says, can the Blue Jays repeat this magical run next year? I think they could. David, I think they could. I don't think they got any guys leaving. Well, maybe Bichette, but he may come back. I don't know. Maybe they got that young kid and you Savage. You still have Gosman. Is Gosman still out there, right? Who else would they have? Scherzer will be gone, but he was really a non-factor for the season. Who am I missing? Bieber? Nope. Bieber's going to be a free agent, so I don't know. Hey, what's up, Dean? Our good buddy Dean from over there in the East Bay. Hey, Eric, it's been a bit, but it's been quite a World Series for both teams. Definitely felt different and way more competitive versus last year's. Yeah, it was. Blue Jays, man, we're good. Come on. Look, let's do this. Let's give a good round of applause to the freaking Toronto. They're awesome. They gave them a fight, man. They fought them tooth and nail. They just couldn't get the big hit. Man. Kyle chimes in as I was in the Bay for the last 3 days. Just got back 5 hours ago. Last night, staying at my friend's house, trick-or-treating with the kids. Hey, right on, man. The guy across the street was a massive baseball guy. Was he a Giants fan? There you go. Oh, there you go. Wow. Impressive. Felt like the Jays were the only ones able to make the Dodgers rotation bleed. That's a fact. And Yamamoto. Come on. Holy crap, dude. The guy was just incredible. Right? He was incredible. There's no other way to explain it. He was well deserving of earning MVP for the World Series. All right, I'm gonna throw the link out here, guys. So anyone wants to join, let me hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear what you guys have to say about the World Series. What'd you guys think? What'd you think of the moves by the managers? That was quite interesting to see how John Schneider and Dave Roberts led their team, what decisions they made. It was interesting. I tell you what, I talked about it on the previous show. Dave Roberts went to all his damn starters. He went to all his starters. He only went to 2 relievers. That was it. Warilowski and freaking Sheehan. And that was it. Done. You saw freaking Shohei. You saw Glasnow. You saw Snell. And then, of course, at the end, you saw Yamamoto. Bieber has a player option. Ooh, okay. So he'll probably opt out. Yeah, he's going to get paid. Oh, he got 2 quick outs, man. 2 quick outs. And then he hangs a damn slider. I don't know if it was a slider, it was an off-speed pitch. He hung it, and it was displaced to the left field stands. And the rest is history, as they say. Schneider and Roberts are both awful. He goes on to say awful. Really? Okay. Why do you think so? Hit the link. I want to come on in, dude. Again, the link is out there, guys. Anyone wants to hit the link, come in, we could talk about this. Tom. He says they were both awful. I don't know. Hey, Robert, what's up? That's our good friend from Tennessee, right? If I'm not right, if I'm correct, right? Robert, Tennessee. What a great series. One of the greatest of all time. Fact. That's a fact. 100%. 100%. Oh, it was incredible. Absolutely incredible, man. I enjoyed I mean, the roller coaster ride, right? Back and forth, depending, again, for both sides. Whether you're a Dodger fan, whether you're rooting for the Blue Jays. Back and forth all night. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. When Bichette hit that 3-run shot, oh, my God, man. It was pure nirvana, right? Ah, you're just like, you're up 3-0. Yes. But you had to add on. You just can't let it sit there because it's the Los Angeles Dodgers and they will find a way to score some runs. So you had to add on. And then what did the Dodgers do? Well, they scored. It was 3-1, right? Then it was 3-2. And I'm like, oh, here we go. What's going on? It's got 3-2. And then Toronto Blue Jays came up. Then it became 4-2. And they're like, okay, here we go. We're looking good. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Goodness gracious. All right, hey, we got our first guest. What's up, Dean? Haven't seen you in a while, man. How's everything been going with school? Oh, you got your mic? You good? There you are. Now you're good. How's school, man?
It's been all right. It's been busy. Of course, right at the time that I would want it to not be busy, of course, it's going to start racking up.
I know.
But I've been keeping a close eye on everything, best that I could.
Right on.
Whew, what a series, man.
Wasn't it, though? Come on, man.
I think things played out. Well, I'll tell you this. I always do a bracket before the postseason starts. And let me tell you, outside of Detroit taking down Cleveland, I nailed the AL. I got
nice.
But the NL, oh my goodness. I'll be upfront. I thought that the Phillies might be able to make it, but if not, then the Dodgers were going to go the whole way. And yeah, it was just that, the real big thing though, again, is that that Dodgers rotation really was strong going into the postseason. It was. And I felt like if there was any team that had a shot at maybe overcoming that possibility, it was going to be Toronto. And we saw that on full display. They had the juice. They had him by the throat.
I know. I know. And that's what's so frustrating, Dean. I mean, goodness, they had so many opportunities. They just couldn't get that big hit. They just couldn't get it done. When Yamamoto had the bases loaded with that hit by pitch, I'm like, here we go. We're in it. It's over. Nope. It was not. And that's the thing about baseball. You just never know. Once the ball hits the bat, and sometimes if it doesn't hit the bat, I mean, you just don't know, man. And lo and behold, as Colio, Dodgers dynasty, hey, look, you could start talking about that. That's 2 in a row, man. When's the last time a team has won back-to-back World Series? I mean, come on. I mean, that's it. As Giants fans, the first thing you got to do is you got to admit, don't go out there thinking you're in freaking La La Land. These are our competitors. These are our rivals. And now they have gone out there and put 2 on the board 2 years in a row. So, I mean, that's tough, man. As a Giants fan, that's tough. David says 2000 Yankees. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
99 and 2000, right? Is the last time they won it, because in 01 was the Diamondbacks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely seeing some parallels there. But hey, you know what I was telling my dad after he got done gloating.
Oh, your dad's a Dodger fan, huh?
But after I got and had that conversation, you know what? Well, baseball needs a good villain. Dodgers is about as good a villain as any.
Yeah, there you go.
But we'll see. We'll see. Gosh, but yeah, man. We were talking about how Blue Jays couldn't find that finishing blow. Kind of reminds me of a team I know.
Listen to this. Hold on, I'm listening to this. This is great. Oh, man. Twitter always has something great to say. Look at this. So, Rob the hockey guy. I don't know who this guy is. I think it's a Toronto fan. Wait, what's it say? SN? I don't know who that is. Listen to what he had to say.
There were a lot of wet eyes, and I don't doubt him, and I don't blame him for that. And it's going to sound like sour grapes, and I don't really give a shit, but I think the better team did not win this series. I think the Blue Jays are the better team, and I feel like they played baseball a certain way that was infectious, that grabbed the attention of the fans, and it's disheartening to see that the better team did not win. And that's not to take anything away from the Dodgers, but the Blue Jays, they did so many things correct. They did so many things.
Wow, look at this. Look at this guy. Wow. He ain't missing any words.
Bias aside, looking at how it goes, and looking at how that series went, bias aside, Blue Jays, they played about as well as you could have hoped for. Like I was comparing it to last year, and it's like you look at it compared to last year, and you look at the Yankees as the Dodgers competition that year, and you know what? Like the Yankees just did not look good that whole series. The defense was off, hitting wasn't there. Blue Jays had everything that they needed except for the one final piece of the puzzle that they needed. They just needed that. With one extra little hit, that we're looking at a completely different complexion to this World Series. And, it's just like you look at the 18 inning game where just like back and forth, and forth, where one tiny change could have flipped a whole game. So, it was just like it felt more competitive. It felt more like both teams were playing their guts out. And neither team really made a huge, big, like, oh, they should have done that differently. There wasn't that. It felt like ultimately, especially for neutrals, a totally satisfying conclusion because it didn't feel like a team got robbed or a team didn't play up to its potential. It felt like two juggernauts slugging it out.
It was two heavyweights, right? And it was awesome. It was awesome. And look, to the Blue Jays' credit, I didn't think they're going to have the pitching, right? I thought, you got to put up a bunch of runs to beat the Dodgers. And look, they took it to a game 7. They almost won it, man. They were literally 2 outs away from winning the World Series. I mean, brutal. Here, let me show this real quick. And then I see Armand. And, hey, there's our ace, right? Logan Webb. Yama is a dog, he says. What a series. See you guys in a couple of months. Well, there you go. There you go. Logan Webb has chimed in. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's just players respecting each other, saying, all right, yeah, you're okay. Well, let's see what happens next year. All right, here, let me bring in Armand. Armand, what is up, dude? What'd you think of the series, man?
Pure cinema. It's like a classic boxing match from the 90s, the 80s. It's like you couldn't ask for anything better. You just couldn't. Obviously Giants fans would prefer the Blue Jays winning. But you know what I want? If Springer doesn't get hit in the kneecap and doesn't miss, was it game 5 he missed?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. He missed the 18. 3,
He missed the 18-inning game.
Yeah, he missed the 18-inning game. He played after that. Yeah.
Like, if he doesn't get hurt, does that game go 18 innings if he's in the
That's
lineup?
a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. Yep, that's a good point. Alex, real quick. Oh, man, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you all season, and you have made an appearance. What is up, Alex? This guy was hanging out with us all offseason. Armand, I think you were here when Alex and we were talking off-season baseball, that stuff. He's a huge Dodgers fan. It's good to see you. He says, Los Angeles Dodgers back-to-back World Series champions. And look, those are facts. Those are facts. Hey, it sucks as a Giants fan, but yeah, you get to wave that banner being a back-to-back World Series champions. That's huge.
That 3-0 changeup that Vladdy missed. He just missed it.
Oh, and how about he leads off with a double.
Yeah, Vladdy was the only guy who could hit Yamamoto all series, pretty much.
Clements led off with a double.
Hats off to Ernie Clement, breaking the record of the most singles in
the World Series, right? The most singles in a World Series.
Yeah.
The guy was a hitting machine, man. I tell you. It was a lot of freaking fun to watch this, even though I'm a damn Giants fan and the freaking Dodgers won. Dude, it was fun, man.
If I could have gotten one change, I would have loved to have seen the start between the Savage and Yamamoto to start a game.
Oh, I know, right? I know. What? Okay. You could see, and I'll tell you what, man. Hey, no worries, Alex. You're all good, man. I got you. I got your back, Alex. You're good to go, man. You're good to go. Shohei had nothing. And I was like, I don't know why the Dodgers, I understand why they did it, but it's like, you know what? How about you just not even just throw him? Just don't even throw him. Just let him do his thing with the bat, because you could see it. When he was pitching, he was sweating. It looked like he was pitching in the 6th inning, and he just got done with the 1st. And you could tell he didn't have anything. But hey, Dodgers were able to battle back.
But then who starts the game for the Dodgers? I think that was the question. Like, do you go?
I would have just started Yamamoto, man, or not Yamamoto. Glasnow. He did okay.
I saw a tweet earlier that he was dealing with soreness after last night's game. I think that's why I don't think they started him.
Well, maybe that's why then. If they went Glasnow and Snell and maybe did 3 innings and 3 innings or something like that. Because Snell was on.
I mean, out of the box, maybe you start Kershaw, let him go 2-3 innings. Because he was warming up if Yamamoto had to get pulled in the last of the.
Oh, I thought it was done. When he hit Kirk in the hand, I was like, this game's done. And I don't know how he did it, but he got through it. That's why he's the MVP. I was like, he's done. He's the Blue Jays got it. Oh man, dude.
And I feel bad for Hoffman. He gets Ohtani's last 2 at-bats were just brutal. You can't swing at the first pitches in both of those at-bats.
I know.
And then Will Smith just comes up. I mean, Miggy Rojas. That lives in infamy.
Yeah, how about Miguel freaking Rojas?
What?
And that's baseball, right? Like
that's baseball.
Like Aaron Boone for the Yankees against the Red Sox that walk off in the early 2000s. Like,
yep.
We all have that type of player that has haunted our teams.
Yep.
I
mean, that's that again. We talked about it when the playoffs began. Who is going to be that guy? Who is going to be? There's always a guy that has a moment, and so it wasn't Shohei, it wasn't Betts, it wasn't Freeman. It was freaking Miguel Rojas. But man, how about that? It's a game 7 though. Unbelievable, man. It was just. I wonder where this ranks as far as viewership. It had to have done well. We'll probably find out in a couple of days when they come out with the numbers.
You'll probably find out around tomorrow.
Okay, I got to ask you this, Armand. Be truthful. Did you watch Saturday Night Main Event or did you watch Game 7?
I was watching Saturday Night's Main Event because I was at my cousin's birthday party.
Oh, okay. So
I left at 9:00, so I got home from the 6th inning on to watch the game.
Okay, you're good to go then.
But I was following tweets like the Bo Bichette home run. I saw the clip. I'm just like, and it was a 3-run shot.
Yep.
And I'm just like, okay, you walked Vladdy, but you had a guy on base.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you do that. Like if there was nobody on base, you walk Vladdy and then Bo hits a 2-run shot. Okay, fine. Yep. But to add another person, that would be like if Miguel Rojas was on first and you walk Ohtani to give Will Smith 2 base.
Yeah, exactly. Give him 2 base runners. Man, I tell you what. Again, it was just. We could replay this over and over, but hey, well, I mean, what did you think? And Glenn, I agree with Glenn when I was on the other show. When Bichette in the 9th inning, you had to pull him, right? I mean, you can't have, because in the 1st inning, remember, he was on second base and he couldn't score on that line drive out to right field because he had a bum knee. You got to get the speed on the bases so you could get that extra run, but unfortunately it never came across. And then Hoffman winds up giving up the tying home run to freaking Rojas. So, man, it was just, I'm not going to, would you be critical? Because I know NorCal, he was out there. He was saying both of them were awful, talking about Robertson and Schneider. I don't think so. I think they made
it's a game 7. It's all hands on deck. You know, like you have to go to Hoffman in the 9th when you have the lead. Mm-hmm. You know, and
I know. And how about this? Do you think they should have, and Glenn made a good point, should have left you Savage in there. Why would you bring in Hoffman at that point? I don't understand. Again, maybe a Savage was only, hey, I could give you this many, and after that, hey, I don't know. I can't guarantee how I'm going to feel after that. So maybe that was the case, but I don't know why you just don't let the Savage stay in and then just have pitch the ninth clean. I don't know. I guess it wouldn't have mattered anyways, probably, but you would have saved a couple of bullets for Hoffman. God, that was brutal. That was because who else are you going to go to? He's your closer, right? Hoffman is your closer. Who are you going to go to? There was no one else you were going to go to shut down that game.
And yeah,
I mean, you already
unless you get gutsy and go straight to Bieber in the ninth.
That's what I was just going to say. Then you go straight to Bieber, but then again, he hung one that got crushed by freaking Will Smith. So I mean, we could all second guess this. We just don't know. But hey, kudos to the freaking Dodgers. They put two big swings, and that was what changed the course of the game.
I mean, also let's give credit to Max Muncy for coming up clutch down 2 runs.
That too. Yeah, right. I mean, come on, they had 3 home runs. Dodgers had 3 home runs in this game, and that was the difference. I mean, they were all solos, but I mean, still, it was enough. That's all you got to do, win by 1, and that's what they did. Oh my gosh. Oh, EB, here we go. I actually enjoy the hatred from opposing fan bases. I say Dodgers should three-peat and have all 29 owners cry universally together and force the lockout, and Dodgers are the reason they shut down the league. That's not the way to go, though. EB, come on. If you're a baseball fan, you don't want the lockout.
You could take my owner out of there.
Yeah, you could take Armand is a Mets fan.
Yeah. Trust me. I know owners that don't like my owner, that don't personally like Steve Cohen, and made him go through hoops to get the Mets. And the only reason why they approved it was because the Wilpons did not have the money because of the Madoff situation, and that's the only reason why Steve Cohen bought the Mets and got approved, because I know Artie Moreno doesn't like him. They made my owner his first year promise not to spend in free agency like a drunken sailor. And that's why the only move he made was trading for Lindor.
Yep. You see, but here's the thing.
I'm in the same boat with the Dodgers. I'm glad to ruin baseball if people think like that.
Yeah, I hear you, but I don't want to lock out. I don't want to.
I don't want to lock out either, but and I'm blaming that all on the owners because the owners make the lockout. This is not a player strike.
That's fair. It is going to be on the owners, 100%. And then it's gonna look bad for baseball. Kanto says Dodgers are getting Tucker, aren't they? Yeah, they're gonna get Tucker. You already know they are. They're gonna get Tucker. They're gonna pull whoever out. No, Teoscar. Is Teoscar a free agent? I think he is. Right?
He signed a 3-year deal.
Was it okay? So, but Kike Hernandez, you can get rid of him out in left field. You can get rid of him out in left. You could put Hernandez out in left and put Kyle Tucker in right, and there you go. And then if you want to get rid of Muncy, you could go get Murakami. I tell you, Dodgers aren't done.
Murakami's going to be a first baseman from what I read. His defense at third is not great.
Oh, really?
And they think like he's more of a first baseman here in the major leagues or a DH. But
then he won't go to the Dodgers because Freeman ain't going nowhere.
You're not signing a 25-year-old to DH every day.
Exactly. You're not doing that. Nope. And plus, you got Shohei as your DH. Yeah, so you ain't getting rid of Shohei. What's up, Don? Don doesn't think Dodgers are getting Tucker. I think they probably will.
Don, then who is?
Skubal? No. I don't think the Dodgers have enough to get Skubal. Right? As far as draft picks, you think?
So MLB Pipeline ranked the Dodgers as the number 1 farm system through MLB Pipeline.
What? All right. Maybe he will go to the Dodgers. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, listen, the Dodgers are good. Well, it's all what they think about Roki too. Remember, Yamamoto, Roki, Glasnow, Snell, Sheehan's a starter, even though they kind of put him in and out of the bullpen. Like, they have arms for that rotation.
That sucks. I don't want to hear that, Senior. I don't want to hear that.
My farm system is loaded too, and I'm not lying.
What a mess. What a mess. I think he's talking about Skeens. I don't think Pirates get rid of Skeens yet because he's nowhere close to getting paid. Why would you get rid of a guy that you're paying peanuts for right now? Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. Once he hits arbitration and gets closer to free agency, then I think
the only way that Bob Nutting decides to trade Skeens is if he pulls what John Henry did with Mookie Betts and forces Hiram Bloom to attach David Price's contract to Mookie.
Gotcha.
That's why they didn't get it. And the contract
but they don't have
be
any big contracts though. But that's the thing. Pirates
Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds is the biggest contract they have.
But
so a team would have to take on. It was like $100 million contract.
Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, it's really.
It's nothing to us, but to Bob Nutting, it's a. And by the way, the Pittsburgh Pirates have never had $100 million payroll.
That's
right. The closest they came was $99 million payroll in 2016. And that year they signed Ivan Nova to a 2-year deal. That's the last time they gave out a multi-year contract.
Wow. And that's why they
and Eric, Dean, and they say that the Dodgers and Mets ruined baseball. But Bob Nutting.
Yes, exactly.
John Fisher.
The former owner of the Rays, right? He was
the owner of the A's.
The owner of the A's, yeah, Fisher, right? I'm talking about, but the Tampa Bay Rays guy, he is a kind of a cheapskate as well, and in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Dean? Getting ready to go into the offseason now. Now we could talk a little bit about that. Let me get your thoughts on Tony Vitello. What'd you think?
It's intriguing, if nothing else. I'll say that much. For one thing, I feel like, it's definitely new. And I think that's good, just in the sense that it's like, it's something that we haven't tried yet. And you know what? It's like, why not just give it a shot, right? We've been stuck in neutral for the last 4 years, being at like 81-81, 79-83, 80-82, 81-81 again. We need to pick, and I know that a lot of people talk about, we need to pick a direction and stick to it, whether we need to rebuild or if we're making an actual push. Like we need to go in some direction. So I feel like this gives us a chance to really figure out what exactly Posey's vision for the team is. Like clearly what letting Bob Melvin run the show didn't work out. So let's see what he's got in mind now with this, this again, unprecedented hire that we have no sort of background information to really go off of in terms of thinking about how well is this going to go. And ultimately, if Vitello runs a ship that even heck, if we get to 84, 85 wins, it'll be whoa, okay, hold on, we might be onto something here. Or it could go terribly. We don't really know what's going to happen, but at least it's going to help us figure out what we're going to be doing the next few years. What lane are we going to be sticking to?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad that you bring that up because let's take a look at what John Shea. I don't know if you guys saw this article. If you guys follow John Shea on X, you can get this article. He writes for the San Francisco Standard. He had a nice conversation with Greg Johnson. Let's see what he had to say real quick. Again, talking about free agency. It says it just depends on who's out there. We may be over, we may be under. Talking about the CBT. We're going to look at each situation and make the decision how it fits, not only next year, but on the longer term plans. Obviously, we could use some starting pitching help. That's probably number one on the list. Probably some relief help. Losing Randy Rodriguez was a real blow. But outside that, it's pretty much set on most of the position players. Pretty set on most of the position players. I don't know. I don't know if that gives you the warm and fuzzies. It doesn't for me. But again, so he's talking about maybe going over or not over on the CBT, right? Priority is starting pitching and relief, right? Buster Posey said that. We've said this on the show numerous times. That's probably going to be the priority. But look what else he says. Top free agent starting pitchers such as Dylan Cease, Zach Gallen, Framber Valdez, Ranger Suarez, Shane Bieber, Japanese right-hander Tatsuya Imai. Forgive me if I'm Imai. All of whom will receive hefty contracts. The Giants have signed just 3 pitchers to deals topping $100 million. None since Johnny Cueto in 2015. The others went to Matt Cain and Barry Zito. In recent years, the Giants took a pass on re-signing Kevin Gausman and Carlos Rodon, who landed with the Blue Jays and the Yankees, respectively. Asked if the Giants could sign a pitcher for $100 million or more this offseason, Johnson said, I'd say we're going to be very cautious about those kinds of signings.
All right. I mean,
so how are you going to, if you're going to be cautious about those kinds of signings, again, this is coming from Greg Johnson. And again, do we know whether or not this is this a play on words? Is it kind of, hey, say what I'm saying over here, but over here I'm doing something different? I don't know, but I don't like the sound of that, especially when you say starting pitching and a bullpen are priorities, but then you don't want to spend said money on those very pitchers that you may need. Especially, you need at least one really good pitcher, right, in that rotation? Because as it stands right now, it's what? Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, Landon Roop. That's kind of what those are 3 are for the most part cemented in. The other 2, we don't know. And I don't know if the Giants are going to are they going to make a trade? So again, this is something that we're going to have to start talking about here in the next few. As a matter of fact, what is it? 5 days, right, Armand?
Yeah, 5 days after the World Series, the teams can start talking to free agents, but obviously that, teams are going to do the GM meetings.
Exactly.
Everybody gets together and start to talk about who's really available, who's not.
Yep. Then they go to the winter meetings, and that's when
in December, and winter meetings is when free agency will really happen.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know what the directions of the Giants are going to be. Again, the way Greg Johnson's talking, who knows? Right? We don't know until
he was playing the line there, like we might not.
Yeah, right, right.
I understand. Like I get it. You don't want to show your hand.
Yes,
right
I get
now.
It. Yeah,
100%. Now, I kind of agree with him when it comes to the pitching, just because of the epidemic of the Tommy Johns and the latch strings.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, Corbin Burns only was 11 starts, and then
who saw that one coming?
I mean,
it's
but
if you want to improve your roster, you can't just go out there and sign.
I mean, Eric, you probably, from what I read from there, you might be right, Eric. Max Scherzer might be the 1 year, 50.
I guarantee you, Max Scherzer. I would not be. And
Max said today, post game, he said he still wants to pitch.
He still wants to pitch. And guess who was at Game 3 in L.A.? Guess who was there? Yeah, Tony Vitello was there at Game 3 by the invitation of Max Scherzer, because they're good friends. So there you go. Would not be surprised to see Max Scherzer in the orange and black next year. How much he pitches is who knows.
Yeah. I'll say I'm not too surprised about the answer on the position players, because honestly, looking at it, like you've got Devers
a lot of money
at first, you've got Adames long-term at short, you've got Chapman long-term at third, you've got Jung-Hoo Lee long-term at center.
Yep.
I don't see them moving off Ramos, and I also don't really see them moving off Bailey, much maligned as he is at hitting the ball. But I just don't I don't know. For some reason, I don't really see them moving on that. So that leaves second base and
right field. And
which are the only positions that I feel like we could feasibly make a move at.
And Vitale, Gilbert was one of his kids when Gilbert was in college before being a first-round pick for the Astros.
Right.
So he probably wants Gilbert to at least be on the roster for him.
Yeah. I don't know.
So that's
We'll
right.
see. Whatever.
There's not many second basemen in the free agent market.
No, there's not.
So like Bo Bichette, even though he's a shortstop, he's not great defensively at short. Teams might go to him and try to convince him to move to second base. And if he's going to get that long-term deal that he wants, if it's moving to second base, he might just do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hey, don't forget, Alex Bregman's going to be out there as well. He's opting out, so you got Alex Bregman out there. So he's going to be – but would he move to second base for a team? I don't know.
He wanted to do it last year, but who knows? Does he do that, or does he say, I'm just going to be a third baseman?
Yeah, we'll find out. I guess it depends on where all the money is. Money talks. And look, we're going to have plenty of time to start talking about this because this is where we're going to wind up transitioning to off-season talk. And, it's specific for us, Armand. And I know it's a little bit with you over there in Mets, coaching, who's going to be your coaches. I heard Anton Richardson couldn't come to an agreement with the Mets. That was interesting.
Yeah.
You guys just signed a pitching coach.
We took the Red Sox director of pitching. He's 35 years old. Yeah, 33 or 35 years old. So he's going to be our new pitching coach. I mean, he worked with the Red Sox farm system, so he should help out McLean and Sprout and Tong and any of the other young guys that we have for the rotation.
Yeah. Yep. So it's going to be interesting. What do you think the Blue Jays do after this? This was a tough one. Again, goes Game 7. They should hold their heads up high. I mean, they battled. Yeah. They battled. Just couldn't come through. Do you think Bichette stays a Blue Jay, or do you think he's gonna go on to greener pastures?
I think Vladdy is gonna fight for him to be there.
I think so too. They're buddies.
I don't know. Because, listen, like it or not, if Vladdy didn't open up his mouth in the podcast in the offseason that he wanted to get paid and he wanted to stay a Blue Jay, that would have – and he gave him a deadline. It went past the deadline. He got his deal. But if he didn't get his deal, that would have been the whole thing for that team the whole season. And who knows if they go on this run. That's a thing. It's a day and age now. The Astros pivoted and traded Kyle Tucker in the offseason before he, traded him to the Cubs because they didn't want to deal with it all season.
And I'll tell you what, here's another thing. Last offseason, and you remember this because we were all talking about Juan Soto and everything, but one of the things I was saying is maybe we can make a run at Vlad. Once Soto was gone, remember, I said, hey, let's make a run at Vlad. And then there was people saying, no, not Vlad. He sucks. Come on. The guy was freaking unbelievable, right? He was unbelievable in the entire postseason. Gosh dang, but
the only guy who could hit Yamamoto worth a damn.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And look, and the thing is, to Dave Roberts, he had zero faith in his bullpen arms. Zero.
100%.
Only guy that he trusted, I think, was Roki. Because look what he did today. He went to all his starters, every single pitcher except for Warbolowski and Sheehan. He used all his starters. Snell, Glasnow, Ohtani, finished it off with Yamamoto. So I'll give credit to Dave Roberts. The guy went out there and is like, you know what? I'm going to have to piece it together with my starters. And how about Yamamoto? 96 pitches yesterday, Armand, and he's coming out and pitch. I mean, that is a hell of a performance. It sucks saying that, but man, that was gutsy.
Yeah.
I mean,
what can you say, man? Just dude's an incredible talent.
Yeah. Sergey, what's up, Sergey? Robert's smart to not trust his bullpen, even though he didn't go to Sasaki. Yeah, that was smart. He didn't. Second League Baseball has won on pitching, and the Blue Jays didn't use their best pitcher. And that's fair. Sergey, yes, exactly. Good pitching always beats good hitting every time. And I tell you, Dave Roberts, he understood. He understood what was at stake. 100%. Hey, this is the end of the season. I'm going to run with the guys that I could trust in. And he just did not trust most of his bullpen. He trusted Roki, but he did. Then again, he pitched 30 pitches yesterday. He didn't pitch a whole lot this whole season because he was injured most of the season. So he relied on his stars. And he got it to the promised land.
And think about this. Last year, they did bullpen games in the playoffs and won the World Series.
Yep.
And this year, their starting pitchers came through. But that's because they also ponied up the money for they traded for Glasnow, extended him. They signed Snell out of free agency. Like, they ponied up the money for pitching this offseason.
And they got Roki Sasaki for pennies because
it was international.
International. Yeah. How about that shit, man?
Yeah, and you know what? It's just like the Dodgers are doing all the things that clearly the Giants management might be too scared to do. And yeah, sure, the injuries were a concern, but does it really matter in the end? They won the World Series. Clearly, they're fine enough to get through it.
But I mean, yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I've already talked an hour, almost going an hour here. Hey, Dean Armand, thanks for popping on for a little while, man. I'm gonna close this baby down.
All right, sounds good, man. Have a good night,
guys. See ya. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm dragging. Los Angeles Dodgers, 2025 World Series champions. Oh my God. Giants fans, we're going to have a lot to talk about this offseason. I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. Even Dodger fans, guys, Dodger fans, I'm speaking to you. You guys are welcome here. It's a Giants content type of channel. But when we get into the offseason, we try to talk about as many teams as possible. Look, we don't know about every single team, so it's nice to have guys out there in the chat that if we're talking about the Boston Red Sox, I'd like to see people from the Boston Red Sox show up, want to hear what they have to say. Even Dodger fans, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Come on. Want to hear what you guys have to say. We'll see what you guys do in the offseason. I got a feeling the Dodgers will not stand idly by, even though they won the World Series. They just don't do that. I tell you. But it's going to be interesting. I tell you, I'm looking forward to the offseason. Again, we'll be here. I'm taking tomorrow off, guys. We'll be back at it again on Monday. And then it's start to talk about the offseason, guys. Yeehaw. Anyways, hey, guys, thanks for hanging out. This is the second show I did tonight. Just wanted to hear what you guys had to say. It's fun, man. It's fun. It was a hell of a postseason. 2025 season comes to an end. Again, Dodgers beat the Toronto Blue Jays in 11, 5-4. Bunch of missed opportunities from the Toronto Blue Jays. But hey, congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Woo!
You've been watching the Fall Classic Sports Talk Live with Glenn and Eric, an in-depth review of today's World Series matchup between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers, a Northern Lights Entertainment broadcasting production.